guys! So in this video I'm going to tell you about what happened to me a couple of days ago and how I stumbled upon an amazing relief for arthritic pain. So let me tell you the story. So the background is that I have osteoarthritis in my hips because I have a structural malformation of the hip joints, and it's more pronounced in my right hip. So about a week ago, I had gotten to the point where I had constant pain day and night, irrespective of if I was moving or not. No matter what position I was sitting or laying in, the pain was there, and it was radiating out. So it wasn't a constant pain. It was something that would, there was always pain, but then there was more pain all of a sudden, and then more pain, and then somewhere else there's pain, shooting pains, things like that. And if I were to walk, which I wasn't really able to anymore, after just one or two steps, I was in even greater pain. So I figured, I have to do something about this. During that day, I had to get into town and do things. So with the help of crutches, I was able to get into town. And so I figured, okay, I have to survive it somehow. So I took a pill, ibuprofen. It's an anti-inflammatory and a painkiller. And it did actually diminish my pain a little bit. So it diminished my pain a little bit, but only very little. So I was actually able to do the things in town that I had to do. And when I came back, I said, this is it. I'm going to do something very different. And I decided to water fast. I decided to do water-only fasting. So I stopped eating in the evening and I went on a fast. The first 24 hours of the fast were still quite painful, but after 24 hours, I was actually able to sleep for the first time in a while. And when I woke up, 36 hours had gone by from the beginning of my fast. And at that point, I felt as if I was given a new body. Wow, it was an incredible feeling after all of the pain to have this amazing relief. And it was still painful. I still had problems walking, but now I had some positions where it wasn't painful. So I continued the fast. And what happened was the following. I've done a few fasts, longer fasts and shorter fasts. But for some reason, lately, whenever I've done a slightly longer fast, actually, as soon as I get to the third day, I start getting a backache. And I think that in my case, it's the kidneys. And this time, the backache started on the third day. And with the backache being very, very strong, I decided that I would stop the fast. I had already felt great relief when it comes to my hip, and I just didn't want to chance it. I imagined that maybe if I would have just waited one more day, it might have gone away, but it was kind of strong pain in the kidneys. So the relief that I found for it was hot showers. I would take a hot shower and there would be some relief for a few hours, and then I would take another hot shower, relief again. But it wasn't until I started refeeding that pain went away. And when I started refeeding the day after, wow, I feel like I've been given a new body. My hip is amazing. Feels so much better. I can walk without crutches. Still painful, but there's only pain when I walk. I can sit and lay almost in any position now. Without any pain, I can sleep. So for anyone wanting dramatic pain relief when it comes to arthritic pain, try fasting if you can. So if you're diabetic, or if you have severe kidney problems, or there are situations where you shouldn't try it, so maybe you should talk to your doctor, but it brings amazing relief. So how does it work? Why? Well, I think probably there's a number of different reasons, but there's one interesting part that I know that the scientists recently discovered, and it's that one of the ketones, they studied beta-hydroxybutyrate, and apparently it has strong anti-inflammatory influences on the body, and I can tell you that it really works. But see, now, I don't know if you'd get the same results if you just took some exogenous beta-hydroxybutyrate. I think you probably might get some relief, but in fasting there's so much more going on, and your body's cleansing and recovering, and there are certain things that your body cannot recover unless it's in a fasted state. So I would really recommend fasting. So I've done longer fasts. I've done fasts of maybe 21 days, but I would like to see if it's possible for me to continue improving, maybe doing an intermittent fast. So I'm going to do intermittent fasting, but I want to have as much advantage from the ketones as possible. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an eating schedule that's only 4 hours per day. And so you have 24 hours in a day. 20 hours I will be fasting, and I will only be eating during 4 hours. And so I've started that now, and I feel very good so far. This is only the beginning, but the key is that even just 2 or 3 days fasting, water-only fasting, can bring you amazing pain relief if you're in a desperate situation, kind of like I was. I hope this helps you. Also, I wanted to let you know that I think that I have found a way of permanently solving the problem of my osteoarthritis in the hip. The way to do it, I believe, is through stem cell treatment. There's a stem cell treatment that you can get in Panama, and I would love to be able to do that, because all you do is you get an injection in the joint, and you get an IV with stem cells that come from umbilical cords that have been donated. And this is really interesting because you get stem cells from day 0. So these are very vigorous stem cells. So if you were to take stem cells from yourself, because you have stem cells as well, and there are some treatments where you take stem cells from your bone marrow or some other place, but your own stem cells don't have the same vigor as the ones of a newborn. And the difference is very big as you get up in the years, as you become a little bit older. And so this is a very, very interesting treatment that apparently works in most cases. However, right now, I have no way of paying for the treatment. There's no insurance that will cover that, and I would have to travel to Panama. And I have gotten in contact with the doctors there, and they're willing to accept me as a client. But the costs, I think, will be around $30,000 US. So that includes treatment, hotel stay for a few days there, and the trip. So, if you feel that you would like to see me go through this treatment, I would love to do that. You can contribute. If you regularly, every month, contribute to some extra causes and you'd like to contribute a little bit to this treatment for me, then please do so on my Patreon page, or directly sending me Bitcoin Cash, whatever. Just get in touch with me and we'll find a way. And the idea is that when I do, because I really hope that I will be able to, when I get the treatment, I will put all of the videos up. So I'll tell you about the experience in Panama, what it's like to get the treatment, and then what happens afterwards. And this is the important part. And apparently, with joints, it can take up to 6 months to regrow the cartilage. So it's not an immediate fix, but it's just so much better than a hip replacement. It's less than half the price of a hip replacement, and it's a solution. And there's no invasive surgery, there's just an injection. So, I mean, there's no comparison. This is amazing, and I'd love to be able to do it. And with your help, if you want to contribute, I'd be very happy. And then I would post up videos on the progress and all. So, thanks for watching, and when I have something more, I'll come with the next video.